If you are also someone who struggles to read consistently because you have a busy schedule and reading for you seems like a chore and something that has taken the backseat in your life, then probably this video is going to help you, because in today's video I'm going to share a few tips that have worked for me in the past and I still follow them till date, because it's difficult being consistent when you have a busy schedule or when you have other things to attend to, but you also want to enjoy the pleasure of reading. You cannot miss out on any other thing. So reading seems like a task and something that we all crave. And so that's when I actually thought about this, because I have a few things that I always try to do to inculcate this habit of reading in my day-to-day routine. Even when I'm reading it a book for just like 5 to 10 minutes, I'm still reading something every day without making it feel like a chore for me. So in today's video I'm just going to share those tips for you, and I've also seen that these similar tips have worked for other people as well, so I hope it works for you as well. So before we start with this video, do let me know in the comments below if there's something specific you do besides what I'm going to share in this video when you want to stay consistent with your reading and you are consistently failing at it because of your busy schedule. So if there's anything, any tip or any habit which you follow so that you do not miss out on reading even on the busy days, do share them in the comment section below, because that's going to help me and other readers who are going to read your comments. So let's get started. So the very first tip which I have if you want to stay consistent with reading is block your time. And I know that this sounds very repetitive and very cliched, because this has been used by many people and you have seen it everywhere, but trust me, it works wonders when you do it in the right way. So what I usually mean by blocking your time for reading is that you consciously decide that you want to read at least for 15 to 20 minutes at any time of your day, and you are going to dedicate that time only and only for reading. And so this is not like a task that you have to just tick off from your to-do list, but this is more like you're blocking that specific time for something that you truly enjoy. So particularly if I talk about myself, I usually like to do it in the morning time, because that's when I feel the most fresh, or when I'm going to bed, because that is also the time when I have nothing to do. I've already wrapped up with everything, and so I am completely free to do what I want to do. So I mostly dedicate 15 to 20 minutes, whatever, depending upon my mood. I can also read for like half an hour or an hour, depending on my mood and my energy level on that particular day. So I just read in that time. I'm not using my phone, I'm not replying to messages or emails, or I'm not doing any other thing. I'm only reading. So in this way, what's happening is that I'm giving time to something that I truly love and I really want to do that. And it also makes me consistent with reading, because obviously when I'm reading a book and I'm on to something, I definitely want to continue doing that. And since I mostly read fiction books, there's a story that follows. So if I have given some of my time to reading something yesterday, I definitely want to continue with that even today, and then I want to continue with that tomorrow. So this is how I try to stay consistent even when I have a busy schedule or when my energy levels are low. So it's not always like half an hour, sometimes it's just 5 minutes, sometimes it's only a chapter, and sometimes in the worst cases sometimes it's just 2 pages. And I know it might sound silly, I mean, like, what's the point of reading 2 pages? But I don't know, I just get this feeling that okay, at least I've read something. This is not done to show anyone anything, like, oh, see, I've read it today, or see, I'm reading it even despite the busy schedule which I've had. I don't know, with time it's just that I just want to do it for myself, because this makes me feel good, and I do not do it for the Instagram stories, I do not do it for any content. I mean, these things can be your motivation, but with time I think these things kind of fade away and you just solely do it for yourself. You don't really care about posting that story unless and until there is something like really interesting which you want to share with your audience, I think you just eventually do it for yourself, and that's the best part about it. All right, so moving on to our next step, which is reading when you commute. And so this is something that I guess a lot of you will relate with. If you have to commute to your workplace, if you are traveling to your college, and if you know it's at a certain distance where you actually have quite a time to actually indulge in reading, then I think this tip is going to do wonders for you as well. I also travel every day, and roughly I have around 3 hours of traveling, combining both the up and down, and I have a lot of time, I guess, to read. So in that time, what I started doing is I started utilizing it as my reading time. Obviously, I do not read throughout my travel because that's also exhausting at some point. It strains my eyes. But what I try to do is, first of all, I have books on my Kindle. I also have the Kindle Unlimited subscription, which I recently took because I wanted to read more and more books, and there are some interesting titles right there. So what I do is that I decide on chapters, like how many chapters I want to read. Since I also work with debut authors, I also have their books to read and review. So some of the books are also on my Kindle, and so I use that time to read those books when I do not have to focus much and I have to read something as well. And so in that time I decide that okay, this much portion I'm going to read when I am going, and this portion I'm going to continue when I come back. So this is how I usually do, and it kind of works for me because it does not put a lot of pressure on me. I do not give myself the deadline that oh, I have to read like 100 pages in 1 hour. I decide to read small portions, something that's realistic for me, something that totally works for me and does not put like a strain on my traveling as well. So reading while commuting can also be a great alternative for you if you're not able to manage your time and block your time in the morning or night time or whenever it's possible for you. If you're busy throughout the day, then I think reading while commuting is like the best way to be consistent with reading. So instead of replying to text or messages or just doing anything like mindlessly scrolling, it's better that you start reading when you commute. So moving on to our next tip, I would say try reading ebooks. So ebooks are very easy to read. I feel that you can just carry those ebooks anywhere, everywhere. Every one of us has mobile phones, and ebooks can be read on your mobile phone. So it makes it very easy, very accessible. So whenever you are bored by people around you, or whenever you just want the company of books, then I think ebooks is the best way if you do not carry paperbacks with you, because not many of us can actually carry our books to our workplaces, to our colleges. If that's possible for you, that's okay, but I think not everywhere you can read and take out your paperback. So ebooks can be the savior when you just want to read something, even if for 2 minutes, 5 minutes on your phone. So it also helps you stay connected with your books, it helps you stay consistent with reading, and also I feel that ebooks can be read faster than how we read our paperbacks, because every one of us is on phone all day and we usually have our reading speed much faster on our devices as compared to the paperbacks, I feel. So when you read ebooks, you probably will find yourself reading it faster. So that's also like a bonus point, but the main motive of adding this point here is that ebooks are very accessible. You just can pull out your phone and read ebooks anywhere, anytime, and no one is going to really disturb you at all. Moving ahead with another tip number 4 is try audiobooks. So now audiobooks are again a savior, something which I used to do a lot of time back. Currently I'm not listening to audiobooks. I had the subscription of Audible, I had the subscription of Storytel also once. So I've had my experience with listening to audiobooks. So the last few tips which I shared, audiobooks can be easily blended in those tips. Like, so if you are commuting, you can listen to audiobooks. If you're doing house chores, if you are taking a walk, if you are doing anything that does not really need you to focus much, then I think you can also listen to audiobooks at that time. So I particularly used to listen to audiobooks when I used to walk, when I used to do house chores, when where I do not really have to focus on what I'm doing, so I can focus on what I'm listening to. So in this way, I really enjoyed listening to audiobooks, and audiobooks are much 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 faster if you have a fast processing speed. Because what I actually used to do initially when I started, I used to listen to the audiobooks at a very normal speed, and then I started increasing the speed. So now there was actually a time when I listened to an audiobook. I do not remember which book now, but I listened to it at the speed of 3x. Now this might sound very crazy, but I was also reaching the end, and this is what happens, that when I started slow, then gradually increase the speed, and towards the end, depending on how the book is going, I keep increasing and decreasing the speed at which the narrator is narrating the story. So my usual speed of listening to audiobooks is 2x, and it always like varies from 2x to 2.5x, but my highest is 3x. So when you actually listen to audiobook at this speed, they also finish earlier, and this gives you a good feeling if you are someone who has been struggling to read. And so even finishing a book gives you a sort of satisfaction that okay, I have read something, I have finished reading something. And let me tell you, audiobooks, ebooks are also books, and you are a reader if you listen to audiobooks or if you read ebooks. So don't let anyone say that, oh, you are not a reader because you don't read paperbacks or hardcovers. I mean, you are a reader. The time you are actually reading a story, reading a book, you are a reader. So don't let anyone say anything to you. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed watching this video, do let me know, and if the tips were helpful for you, do let me know that as well in the comment section below. Also let me know if there are any other tips besides what I shared which you follow to stay consistent with reading. I would love to hear your tips and habits which you follow. And this is it. I'll see you in the upcoming videos. Until next time, take care, keep reading.